Mate, not the news we wanted today. So Roger Moore no longer with us. How you feeling, buddy?
Mate, I'm gutted. Truly, truly gutted. I mean, after obviously with everything else that's going on as well that we've heard of recently, it's not been a good day. But it's one of those things where you almost it's going to happen, but you just don't know when, and that feel, you just can't tell how you're going to feel, can you, when you sort of hear that sort of news?
It is a weird one, isn't it? When it's like a celebrity like this, it's kind of like it's an odd thing. It's not like it's a family member or something, but in a way, it really does feel like it is a family member, doesn't it? Because it's like they've been such a big part of our lives from when we were kids. Like you and I have been watching Bond films since we were born, and that dude has been on that screen for all that time, and we've loved every second of it. And obviously to see what like a lovely bloke he was as well. It's with all the humanitarian stuff, with the UNICEF and all that kind of stuff, and how much he loved Bond and was happy to talk about it and was happy to engage with the fans and stuff. It's extra gutting, isn't it?
Well, I think basically we've got Sir Roger in our DNA, and we always will, because you think how much entertainment that guy has given us, the listeners, Bond fans all over the world, and not just that as well, and not just his other great roles. The fact is, like you mentioned, the UNICEF and the humanitarian. This guy, he's the nicest gentleman you could have possibly sort of met. Yeah. He was so sort of modest, and he had so much humility as well. But you think about, he just wanted to do good. Yeah. You compare that with what's just happened as well in Manchester. Yeah. This guy, he was an absolute legend in every sense of the word. And I'm just gutted.
Man, a genuine good soul, and from that golden age as well, man. It's like, I know it's so easy to say cheesy stuff when something like this happens, but one of those kinds of old school gentlemen that they just don't make anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it speaks volumes as well, how happy he was to like engage with the fans, and the fact he took time to come on this podcast and talk to a couple of Muppets like you and me, like that really speaks volumes of the sort of guy he was. And it means the world to us as fans, doesn't it? And it just makes it so much harder, and it really is tough. It really is. And I know some people would listen to this and think we're being silly, but it really is gutting, man. It really is.
Well, like you said, this guy, he loved playing Bond, and he was so good with, whether it's like journalist interviews with the fans, if someone wanted to chat to him, if someone want, a signature, whatever, or an autograph, whatever it might be, he was always happy to do that. Yeah. Because he loved, I think he just loved life, and he loved doing what he was doing. Yeah. And he was happy to share that. And that is a special person. It does take a special person to do that,
for sure.
And
I mean, like you say, with the sort of humility side of things, I remember seeing an interview with him around. He was like on set in Brazil shooting Moonraker, and he was just sort of saying he felt like the luckiest dude ever, in the sense that he could be, have a job down the mines in, the next month or something like that. Just really sort of being grateful for what he'd been able to do in life, and that just, I don't know, it just makes it all the more special, man. And it's really, really sad to see him go. And I didn't expect it to happen. Obviously, he was getting up there in years and stuff, but the fact that he was out on tour doing the theatre tour and stuff so recently, and was totally switched on and was as witty and charming as he ever was. And then this sort of out of the blue is like a punch to the gut, isn't it, for all of us Bond fans?
It is, man. It really is. And like you said, everyone that saw the tour said, he was just like his classic self, really, really quick-witted. And obviously, we've seen sort of pictures and video of him maybe in the last few months, and it all seemed fine. So it must have been quite a sudden thing, I think. Yeah. So, I mean, first and foremost, obviously, we got to say, obviously, thoughts go out to his family, and everything that they're sort of going through at the moment, and obviously Gareth Owen, his PA as well. Obviously worked with him for God knows how many years. Yeah. And it's it's hard to know what to say, because if you think about how much this guy, how many times we've seen him, but he's just so nice. Obviously, we're so lucky to get him on James Bond Radio. Yeah. But the fact that he's happy to do stuff like that is what makes him such a good man. Absolutely. And like he was trying, you know, we mentioned UNICEF, that, you know, he's trying to stop the foie gras, you know, the force feeding of the birds, even little things like animals. He just wanted good. Do
you know what? I don't eat foie gras. Because of that, like the times I've been in a restaurant and there's been foie gras, not that it happens often, but like if that's been on the menu, I immediately point to it and I say, I'm not allowed to have that because Sir Roger says I'm not allowed to. And there it is, right?
That means his job, you know, he's done his job. He's got the message across and it's worked, and that's brilliant, and kudos to him for doing it. But, you know, we were going to obviously do part 2 of the Living Daylights, but that doesn't feel right now, so we're going to push that back. We're going to do as a lovely tribute to Sir Roger, at least as much as we can. Which we'll release
for this Friday,
week,
obviously. Yeah, so no Daylights Part 2 this weekend, but we'll obviously, you know, we'll put together as much of a tribute as we possibly can. I'm not sure there are any words that we can really say to do the man justice, but I guess we'll try our best and see what we can do. But yeah, I would encourage all the JBR listeners to choose your favourite Roger Bond and stick that on and watch it from start to finish and love every second of it, because, you know, at the end of the day, if he is up there looking down on us today, that will put a big smile on his face for sure. So I'm going to put Spy Love Me on for sure. What are you going to go for?
You know what? I am going to go with Octopussy. I was thinking, shall I do a Live and Let Die, or even Spy did come to mind, but I'm going to go with my fave. I'm going to go with Octopussy, and I'm going to lap it up.
You know what?
I'm going to lap it up. I'm going to
Live and Let Die is my fave, but I think I'm going to go with Spy because I feel like Bond 77 needs to happen tonight at some level.
That is good.
But, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, awful news, sad news. Just want to say we salute you, Sir Roger. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being such an amazing part of our lives with everything you did with James Bond and beyond. Thank you so much. Rest in peace, old buddy.
We do indeed salute you, Sir Roger. Thanks for everything, and rest in peace.